Just when you thought it was going to be a boring Wednesday, in comes a tweet from Xbox corporate vice president Mike Ybarra that mentions whining when it comes to reviews. And oh man, did that set the internet ablaze today. What's going on, guys? Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and maybe subscribe if you enjoy the content. Man, my timeline today on Twitter was all about Mike Ybarra's shot, as what they're calling it, at reviewers earlier today when it comes to Anthem. There's so many different angles you can take this story, and a bunch of you actually DM'd me to do a video about it, which is why I am. So, PC Gamer tweeted out an article basically saying Anthem's worst section has already been improved. Now, Anthem comes out this Friday on Xbox and PS4, but if you subscribe to Origin Access for like $100 a year, you can play the full game right now. And if you are a member of EA Access, you can play a 10-hour trial right now on Xbox One. So the full game has been played by a whole bunch of people. It currently has 4 reviews on Metacritic, which comes out to about a 70, not really much to go on. But anyways, one of the biggest drawbacks of the game, according to some of the people that played it already, was this section that PC Gamer is talking about, where the campaign grinds to a halt and you have to do a whole bunch of different challenges, like kill 50 enemies, revive your teammates, find these legendary chests before you can continue on. It's been universally panned by most of the people playing the game. But Mike Ybarra had something to say about that. He says this was actually very easy to do. Amazed at the whining. One reviewer, not the below, reviewed the game, yet in the review cited that he didn't even know how to do a combo. Embarrassing to review with such a lack of knowledge. Now, this tweet really set the gaming journalist segment off on Twitter. They look at it as an attack at them and their craft, at what they do. They feel it's an Xbox executive trying to turn Xbox fans against reviewers, and a whole bunch of different stuff, which I'm going to talk about. Now, my personal take on this is Mike is a big fan of Anthem. I think he's played something like 50 hours of it already on the PC, and I'm sure he did find that section easy. The problem is, when you're in the position he is in, you're basically an ambassador for Xbox. Even though it's your personal Twitter account, the things you say do reflect on Xbox. And he really shouldn't be talking about reviewers in this manner at all, in my opinion. He should be above it, just like Phil Spencer and everybody at Xbox, everybody at Sony and Nintendo. They shouldn't be talking about reviewers in this manner. It's not a good look for Mike at all. A lot of people assume, whether rightfully or not, I don't think so, I think Mike just really enjoys Anthem, is that Mike is, well, he's damage controlling for Anthem, a game which Microsoft has co-marketing rights for on the Xbox. And that also, through this tweet, he is also going at reviewers for their low scores of Crackdown 3, which came out last week and I think currently sits at a 59. Now, Mike couldn't really put out a tweet talking bad about reviewers when it comes to Crackdown, as that would be an immensely horrible look, not only for Mike, but everybody at Xbox, if they disparage reviewers so openly. But a lot of people view this as Mike taking shots at reviewers through Anthem, at Crackdown, the people that reviewed Crackdown, basically saying that reviewers don't know what they're talking about. That when you read a review and it doesn't mention how to do a combo in Anthem, which, judging from all the tweets and videos I've watched, isn't tutorialized very well. It's not really shown off to the gamer. It's mentioned in loading screens and it's in a menu you have to read about. In my opinion, that's pretty bad. You got to show it off to the gamer, because not everyone's going to read those menus. Although I guess you could make an argument that if you're reviewing the game for a big publication, that you should dig through the menus just to see what else the game has to offer. That's really not at issue here. It's that a lot of people take this as Xbox, through Mike Ybarra, coming at it to reviewers. Now, you don't really see Mike talking too much about Crackdown, review scores, or anybody at Microsoft even. It's like that game came out and didn't exist. But Microsoft does use good reviews. I mean, just go back to when Forza Horizon 4 came out. They were praising all the different outlets that came out and put out great reviews. You'd have stuff retweeted from Phil Spencer and Aaron Greenberg and Mike Ybarra, etc., etc. It's common industry practice. Sony does that when good reviews come in for God of War, and I'm sure they'll do the same. You'll see Sean Layden and Yoshida retweet stuff if there's really good reviews for Days Gone, just like you see Reggie retweet stuff for Nintendo games. Common standard practice. But a lot of people can't get over this fact that Mike directly is taking shots at reviewers, basically saying that, you know, they have a lack of knowledge. And there is this kind of feeling lately that there is a disconnect between the gamers and the game reviewers, or traditional game reviewers. Especially on my timeline, I follow a lot of Xbox gamers. I'm a primarily Xbox YouTuber, and even some of them took issue with my review for Crackdown. I found the game boring and repetitive, but with elements of fun that you can enjoy. A lot of people think it should be rated higher than what it currently sits at Metacritic, and they are downplaying, basically saying that these reviewers don't know what they're talking about, and they're citing examples like IGN, the whole plagiarism scandal with Philip Muchin, the Resident Evil 2 review debacle at IGN, the Ace Combat 7 debacle there, even going back as far as like 2007, which a game I'm going to throw up on screen here. I'm sure you guys remember this Cuphead tutorial where Dean Takahashi was roasted because he couldn't finish or play this tutorial very well. So there's this sense of disconnect between real gamers and reviewers, that these reviewers don't really know what they're talking about, and when people mention that, they refer to this Cuphead video, the IGN stuff. Hell, they'll even talk about the Doom playthrough from the Polygon guys as examples of reviewers not being skilled at their game, but there really is no requirement to being skilled at a game you're playing, just that you play through the game, what'd you think of it, etc., etc. Now, I can't speak to Anthem at all because I haven't played it. I don't talk about games I haven't played. However, Mike did answer someone's question about his personal review of Anthem, and I do have some issues with his response. So Showstopper says, what's your personal review of Anthem? And Mike responds with, I don't do reviews. Because everyone enjoys different things. Now, I 100% agree with that. Everybody does enjoy different things. Different strokes for different folks. It's a common fact of life. I don't like how he has reviews in quotes, because it goes to that whole thing of like distrusting reviews, and they're not to be trusted. They're just reviews in quotes. I don't really know why he's doing this. I really do think Mike should probably delete these tweets. I'm sure he probably got a call from Xbox PR because all the gaming journalists or whatever, I mean, it's a bad look when a corporate vice president of Xbox kind of does this whole thing for a game that he likes. Like I said, people read a lot into it. They think he's damage controlling for Anthem and then going at reviewers, through Anthem by, getting back at him for Crackdown. But he goes on to say, I suggest modern reviews, in quotes again, should be watching streamers play a game, doing the demo, listening to what your gaming friends think, and if it seems like something you enjoy, then great. Now, if there is a demo for a game, that's awesome. That gives you a taste. Not every game has a demo that comes out, so I'm not sure, there's 20 games that come out a week sometimes on Xbox. None of those usually have a demo. It's very rare to get a demo, and it's usually only for the big titles, so that kind of suggestion falls by the wayside. Not every game has demo. Now, XBLA games used to have demos. Remember last gen, Mike? When every XBLA game was required to have a demo? Then you could use that argument. Can't really use that argument now in 2019 when barely anything has a demo outside of the big AAA releases, and even then, not all of them do. Listening to what your gaming friends think, of course. Of course, I agree with that completely. If your friends are going to play a game together, You want to know what they think, and if you are in line with their line of thinking, you might enjoy it. That's why I always say find a reviewer you kind of gel with. So if they like something, you like something, you can kind of trust what they're saying. However, what I do take issue with is that modern reviews should be watching streamers play a game. Now, I have really strong opinions on this one. While I do think watching a streamer play a game can get a sense of the gameplay and what the game actually offers a little bit better than a written review, because you can't really see the game in a written review. A little bit better than a YouTube review, which a lot of YouTube reviews have cuts after 30 seconds or a minute. I do in my videos. So you don't get the full breadth of gameplay and what it is. Streaming, especially from a game from start to finish, you can get a good sense of what the game entails. However, I have a hard time trusting streamers for the simple fact that they can be paid. They get paid to stream the game, #ad. I find it hard to really take someone's opinion seriously when they are getting paid to play the game. I have also a hard time taking someone's opinion seriously when they're streaming a game and then there's a big button at the top of the stream that says, buy the game here, and they get a cut. Seems like advertising more to me than an actual review, especially if you're profiting off the game. If you're directly getting paid by the publisher to stream it, and then also trying, getting a cut of the game being sold through your portal. I don't really like that. Game journalists, IGN, sure, they get a paid salary for the work, but they're not getting paid by the publishers and developers. I know there's memes that go around saying that they do, but they don't. Streamers? Oh man, they get paid all the time. And that's even the ones that we know disclose it. You see, you are required to disclose if you're doing a sponsored stream, but you never know if they truly are. You don't know what their standards are. IGN and all these other companies, they have a code of ethics that they supposedly adhere to. What are our streamers' code of ethics? You don't really know. Being a YouTuber myself, I get emails daily about products that companies want to send me to review for free on YouTube, and they'll pay me. And I am a small-time YouTuber. I couldn't imagine what bigger YouTubers than me receive on the daily. Thousands of dollars, free products. Are you really getting a YouTuber's true opinions, and for that matter, a streamer's? So I take issue with the idea of those being modern reviews. And you can definitely see why a lot of people, take what Mike is saying here as a shot at the review establishment, because he uses reviews in quotes. He talks about streamers and how that's the modern reviews. But streamers to me are more like paid advertisements these days. So yeah, what do you guys think? I really want to know. Leave me a comment below. And like I said, my personal take, Mike really enjoys Anthem, wants the game to do well, really good friends with Casey Hudson, wants to see BioWare succeed, and he wants the reviews to showcase how great of a game he thinks it is. But of course, that won't stop people from saying, you're just doing this to damage control because you're co-marketing Anthem, to get back at reviewers for destroying Crackdown 3. This does kind of look bad for him, I ain't gonna lie. And it looks bad for Xbox, especially when you have Phil Spencer out there talking, about inclusivity and all these different things. And here's a employee basically throwing shade at a group of people that review your product for a living. It's not really a good look, in my opinion. But I'm not sure I believe in all the different conspiracy theories being floated around about it. Anyways, guys, that's my opinion, my thoughts on this whole matter. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Share this out, please, on Twitter or Facebook. Maybe, tell the friend about the channel. I would greatly appreciate that. Hit that sub button if you're new, and hit that notification bell if you always want to be notified when I drop new content. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Later, guys.